Kilo 2, Juliet, Quebec, Bravo. I just did in the amplifier that I wasn't sure you were copying me.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, it's a good idea to always put your best foot forward as far as that amp is concerned. I know there's a lot of different opinions about that, but gosh, the whole name of the game is contact. And if you know, if you got it, flaunt it. That's my motto anyway. So what's the name there?
That's my motto anyway. What's the name there? Al, short for Alan, and I'm in Larchmont, New York.
Roger, Roger. Oh, great. I want to do something here. I have an SDR receiver up in New York, and if you would, why don't you give me about 10 or 15 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
Let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger. Will do. My antenna system dipole 40 feet. Dipole at about 40 feet. It's oriented in a northeast southwest direction, so it's probably not favoring you, but it's pretty decent. And I'm copying you nice and solid.
Roger, Roger. I'm copying you through the PASDR, and you look to be about 15 over. So I have just a beautiful copy on you, and I've made notations that you're in New York. And what radio are you running, sir? And I've made notations that you're in New York. And what radio are you running, sir?
I'm running a ICOM 746 Pro. 746 Pro.
All right, so if you're interested in our setup, if that radio is like less than 5 years old or 6, you might want to check to be sure you're in that transmit bandwidth called wide, 100 to 2900. We prefer that you run in because it lets your transmitter be all that it can be, and then gives you just a slash of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. So the transmit bandwidth that we're looking for is 100 to 2900, Roger?
Width that we're looking for is 100 to 2900, Roger. I was reading the mail when you were talking with some of the other stations there, and I did check that, and it is on wide.
Excellent, excellent. Then to your compressor processor, on and at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Just a bare minimum out of that, just a third out of your compressor processor. 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger?
Processor. 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger? 3 out of 10 is what I set it at.
Roger, Roger. Okay, so let's go now to your ALC, your ALC meter with the mic gain in hand. And hang on just a second here. With the mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word in a QSO, don't stress it, just say it. And as you say the word audio, you become a human test tone generator. Don't worry about the back half of that word. We're just looking for the part, and adjust your mic level control until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. Roger?
ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger. So we'll do audio, audio, audio. I'm running a little more than that. Audio, audio, audio. How's that?
That's right. Well, you tell me. You're looking at the meter there. We're not interested in the back half of that word, so you don't have to worry about saying that. You're just saying audio, and you become a human test tone generator, and you're giving that meter a steady tone. So it's real easy to adjust your mic level until you're reading 7 or 2/3 on the meter, since the input level is not shifting very much, Roger?
2/3 on the meter, since the input level is not shifting very much, Roger. Okay, audio, 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 and I'm speaking across the microphone, not directly into it. Audio, audio, and actually it's reading about 5 out of 10.
Yes, sir. Well, you want to take it up there. You want to be halfway between halfway and full. That's the sweet spot, is halfway between halfway and full. Roger?
Sweet spot is halfway between halfway and full. Roger. Roger on that, and that's, well, I'm just slightly above halfway now, just slightly above halfway.
Roger, Roger. Well, the sweet spot is 7 or 2/3, so I'm sure you'll get to there. But it's pretty important because we're looking for a 3 dB dynamic range, and what happens is when you are in that sweet spot of 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter, you're doing a 3 dB dynamic range, which means that your average percent of peak modulation at that point is between 80 and 85%. Roger.
Point is between 80 and 85%. Roger. Roger on that. I have over the years I've had comments, and the setting that I have right now, just reading just a little slightly over half, is what people tell me, and it sounds good. So I don't know. I was kind of interested in your ear to it.
Yes, sir. Well, our setup does call for 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter. You obviously can run it. It's your boat, and however you want to float it. But we normally set that level at 7 or 2/3 because that gives us a 3 dB dynamic range, and then the average percent of peak modulation is 80 to 85%. And this whole thing is to get a louder volume, but without distortion, so the words are clean. They're not compressed or flattened out. They have some life, and life is important as you're trying to perceive what words mean. When you get up against the wall and it sounds like you're trying to contact the moon on 2 watts, you're defeating your purpose. So when we say 7 or 2/3, those words are clean there. They're not overly compressed. They're not distorted. So it's perfect. So anyway. And we would now move on to our equalizer page if you had just a moment.
We would now move on to our equalizer page if you had just a moment. I don't know that I have an equalizer page on this radio.
Gosh, I would think you would there. That radio's like 6 years old or 5?
No, that radio's like 6 years old or 5? Oh, it's at least that.
Roger, Roger. Well, I'll give you some notes then, and then you can look for your equalizer at your convenience. You need a little more top end. You're not as articulated as you could be. So think about a treble boost, 4 clicks, 3 to 4 clicks boost on your treble EQ. If you can adjust the frequency, we would want that to be at 2700 on the frequency for your treble boost, 2700. And a boost of 4, and the width of 4 also. If you can control the width of that EQ, it'll be EQ2. Number 1, I think, is your. I'm sorry. Number 2 is your mids frequency, and number 2 we want that to be flat or off. Number 2, our mid frequencies flat or off, and number 3 is your treble boost, and we want that to be at 2700 2.7 kilohertz at the width of 4, and then this level is a plus 4. Roger, Roger.
This level is a plus 4. Roger, Roger. Roger, I made a note of that, and I will dig out the manual and see if I can find it. I won't hold you now to try to go digging for it, but I will find it. And if indeed it exists on this particular radio, I will set it up.
Roger, Roger. And on the bottom side, EQ1 is your bass control, and we want that to be 200 cycles, width of 4, minus 3 clicks from where you are. So that's you're on your bass EQ control number 1. We want that to be 200 cycles, width of 4, minus 3 at 200 hertz. Roger.
Minus 3 at 200 hertz. Roger. Roger. Making a note.
Roger, and that should do. And gosh, if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do the call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to this. Hang on just a second here. I've got a. Boy, today's interesting. All the equipment is going crazy here. I've got to work on some stuff. I have a audio level meter display that tends to be out of calibration, and I lost my my spectrum analyzer earlier this morning, even before I got on the air. So I've got some work to do over on the right side of my set. Yeah, so you got to bring my spectrum analyzer back on. For whatever reason, it's off, and it looks like I've got to readjust my audio check 1 2 3 4 audio level on my external audio level meter. Anyways, I guess that's it. Gosh, Al, I think you're good to go, bud.
That's it. Gosh, Al, I think you're good to go, bud. Yeah, appreciate the help. Thank you very much. And the first time I've come across your little gathering here, and it's very, very helpful. Appreciate the effort. Kilo 2, Juliet, Quebec, Bravo. We'll be standing by.
Roger, Al. 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And if you get a chance, crank those numbers in and join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout.